Hello everybody. Yesterday news came out that the United States will start taxing on imports 10% all around the line to every single country. Not only that, countries like Vietnam will get an increase of about 46%. So let's take a look how this will affect the market. Let's roll the intro, baby. Now, the S&P 500 has been falling. The stock market in general has not been doing good since the start of the year, since the new president came into term. However, with yesterday news, it dropped a lot more. We can see that in the day is up 0.67%, which is about $37. But keep in mind, by the time I'm recording this, it's 8:08 a.m. It's pre-market. The stock market has not opened yet, so I believe this will change throughout the day. One of the biggest concerns now is the increase in China tariffs, also big charges on Europe and Japan and other trading partners. As you can see here, what we just spoke about, all US imports will be subject to a 10% tariff effective April 5th, so 2 days from now. And there's even a higher tax rate on some other nations. For example, Japan faces a 24%, European Union faces a 20%, effective April 9th. Now, this is the big one, okay? I believe this is why most of the stocks in the US market and the S&P 500 are falling right now. China will be hit with a new 34% tariffs. Basically, what this means is that the rate on Chinese imports is going to be about 54%. Now, a lot of stocks, especially in the consumer and apparel industry, are going to be very affected by this, since they do a lot of business in China just because of the cheap labor and manufacturing cost. As you can see, before the market closed, Nike was around $64 a share, $61 a share. And if you take a look at the pre-market price right now, it is down 11% to $57.65 right after the news. To be fair, Nike stock has been falling since around 2021. They have been dropping in share price. However, there's been speculation in the market, especially with Bill Ackman, the investing billionaire, that he bought a lot of shares. He believes the company can overcome the challenges that they're facing right now and do better in the future. Ever since he's bought the stock, pretty much has been dropping down again. And if I'm not mistaken, he hasn't added more to his position. So since Nike was facing already troubles with the whole manufacturing thing with China, losing some market share to other brands, and now with this, you really got to ask yourself if Nike can overcome this. Now, Nike was already one of the stocks I was looking into for my portfolio. However, this changes things a little bit, even though I do think with the moat that the brand has and the loyalty customers have to this brand, I think they will overcome it. Will the stock price go back to $150? I have no. The only reason why I'm looking to invest in this stock is because I think it's cheap in value, and also it pays a great dividend of 2.46%. Moving on, we have Target. This was another stock I had on my watch list. I believe that over $100 it was a little too expensive. But if we take a look at the pre-market value now, it is down 7.63% and it's currently at $97.70. Now, keep in mind, recently news came out that Target's foot traffic, basically what that means is people walking in the stores, whether it's to purchase anything, has gone down, which means obviously they're not making as much revenue. I'm very intrigued to see what the next earnings call for Target is going to be. This is definitely a stock I wanted to add to my portfolio. I personally love Target. I love shopping at Target. And not only that, guys, a beautiful dividend of 4.24%. However, this dividend is kind of worthless if the stock falls down $60 and you have, I don't know, X amount of shares. It's going to take a long time for you to get that share devaluation back in dividend. Now, of course, one of the big time players, e-commerce. I just made a video about it, the last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Even though Amazon doesn't just do e-commerce and sell on the website, they do sell a lot of stuff from China, okay? As you can see, before the market closed, the stock was around $196. Pre-market is down to $185, about $10 change, which is equals to 5%. Now, Amazon is another stock that I've had on my watch list because I do believe in the future this stock is going to do amazing. If you want to know why, please watch the previous video. I kind of explain everything. Again, the stock doesn't pay a dividend, so during this market it's kind of not hard for me to invest in it and not get paid something while it's down. But I would have preferred if it pays a dividend. However, Amazon is a huge company. They keep growing their numbers day by day, and I believe they're going to do very well in the future. And this market hike, this market downturn, is definitely a good opportunity. I'm looking to see if I purchase the stock or not. However, I think I'm going to let this week play out. Whenever something like this happens, people go crazy. They sell stocks or buy too many stocks, and there's a lot of changes that happen. I'm going to wait for Monday. If the stock goes back up to the 190s, then I'll buy it. If it goes below the 170s or the 180s, then I might invest in the company. Now, another company that is in the tech sector, it has been dropping in share price, and it is now getting hit pre-market about 2%, which is $9 to $373. It's Microsoft. Guys, Microsoft numbers are unbelievable. I also did a video about this company. It's a great company. It has a bunch of free cash, and they have a dividend yield that they started paying. They have been increasing their dividends, and their dividend payment increase is steady. They haven't cut it, and it's only 0.87%, which means this can only grow in the future. And this is a $2.84 trillion company. Definitely one of the stocks that I have on my watch list. Definitely one that I do think I'm going to buy starting next week. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, just giving you ideas. But if we take a look at the overall chart, the company is dropping. However, I think it's still a little bit expensive. I think around the $300 mark is where I want to buy this stock. And lastly, another amazing company, and a company that has been around forever, a company that has great moat. One of my favorite companies right now based on the price that it's at. Google was at $158 before the market closed. Now doing pre-market is $154, about a 2.73% change, and a beautiful dividend on a $1.93 trillion company. Now, just like Microsoft, I think Google, it's a little high in share price. However, we are reaching these lows of 2024 of around $152. I have been adding this to my portfolio little by little, small amounts of money here and there, just so I could be in the market. Since I'm getting paid dividend, I don't mind a little bit of downturn, but I believe the true value of the stock, or where I want to buy the stock, is around the $138 mark to $145 mark, which is basically very close to the 52-week low. Let me know what you guys think will happen to the market in this next week, or especially in the month of April when all these changes start to take effect. Do you think it will drop? Do you think this was just a little moment of, panic? Everybody got scared and then we're gonna be better? Or if you think the tariffs are just gonna completely hold back a lot of companies in terms of cost, maybe they have to increase their price so the consumer isn't really going to purchase, therefore their earnings are not going to be as good. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, and as always, I'll see you on the next video.